الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه أجمعين أما بعد. During the first revolt against Hafiz al-Assad, the father of Bashar al-Assad in Syria, the Muslims who led that revolt printed the fatwa of Imam Ibn Taimiyyah about the Nusayriyin, the Alawis. They ruled Syria since 1971. In the early 1980s, there was this revolt, and they wanted the people to know that this sect is not a Muslim sect. It's an enemy of Islam. They always supported the enemies of Islam whenever they came to the Sham area and other areas. And so they printed that fatwa in which Imam Ibn Taimiyyah rahimahullah describes the Nusayris, called Alawis, who worship Ali by the way, and Taimiyyah, those who say that the law is not intended to be practiced outside, it's about knowledge inside, including the Qaramita, the Ismailis also, the Fatimis are all Taimiyyah. So he described the Nusayris as being أكفر من اليهود والنصارى ومن براهمة الهند الذين يعبدون الأصنام. They are more kuffar, disbelievers, than the Jews and the Christians and the Hindus of India who worship idols. Nice, right? Ibn Taymiyyah knew them. They were in his time. There was a brother who was criticizing me why in the video we posted a few days ago, after the Muslims took over at least a part of Syria, took it back from the kuffar. So the title was a mission started by Ibn Taymiyyah. Tell me, why you inserted Ibn Taymiyyah there? What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, I don't understand. You see, this is the religion of Islam. It's not your YouTube pastime or TikTok. Learn your religion if you want. So they're fighting the sect of Nusayriyas, today calling them kuffar, based on the knowledge that more than 90 major scholars of Islam have produced for the Ummah, including Imam Ibn Baz, Imam Al-Albani, that the Nusayris, the Alawis, are kuffar. Ibn Taymiyyah had the loudest voice in this for different reasons. A major scholar of Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam. So much knowledge. He had intimate knowledge about their creed and practices. He lived in Sham. He lived there. They started hundreds of years before him. He lived in a Sham area, dealt with them, and they showed Muslims that they are the enemies of Islam, inside and out. They fought against the Muslims, and Imam Ibn Taymiyyah did what the Muslims of Syria are now doing. He went to the Amir of Damascus, rahimahullah, and told him that these are the enemies of Islam. They always supported the enemies of Islam, the Nusayris. He wanted an army detachment so he can attack their areas. And the Amir of Damascus gave him that detachment of army. La ilaha illallah. People were, rulers at that time were sympathetic to the Sunnah. So he took that detachment and attacked the Alawi areas. Enemies, their enemies. Always supported the enemies of Islam who came from Europe, the Tatar, the Mongols, everybody. He went to their areas. To the shock of the Muslims, they found that those Alawis, there were masajid built in their area. They raised pigs, khanazir, in the masajid. Don't ask about them praying. They had pigs in the masajid, and whoever made adhan in the surrounding area they could hear, they made fun of the adhan. He fought them. For the first time in their history, Imam Ibn Taimiyyah forced them to pray like Muslims do, at least from the outside, and to clean the masajid, to establish the salawat, and to stop drinking and all other things. Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, he started this mission. How can we take him out of the, inshallah, the end of this mission? Brothers and sisters, I feel sometimes that some people who make comments, they're having a delayed reaction, or maybe not a great connection between the brain and the mouth. Learn your religion. If you're a newcomer to the religion, or someone who has very little knowledge in the religion, don't talk. Take Ibn Taymiyyah out. Who do you think you are to take Ibn Taymiyyah out? No, he isn't. He isn't out of it. We will never take him out of it. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, he's receiving the good news, inshallah. Him and the scholars of Islam, inshallah, in Jannah, they are receiving the good news, especially the 90 plus scholars who called the Nusayris kuffar. So the revolt is very hot. And Hafiz al-Assad killed Muslims, killed tens of thousands, between 20 and 40,000 in the city of Hama alone. And the difference is 20,000 between what we know and what we don't know. Unbelievable. The brutality, used air force, tanks, artillery, anything and everything. These are damn criminals, damn family. Look at his son, killed 600,000. And it's the sect, the Alawi sect, that ruled Syria since 1971. Not only Hafiz, it's the sect. He put the sect all over, every place, high position, army, air force, a specific economy, everything. It's the sect. It wasn't only Hafiz. So during the revolt, the Muslims printed the fatwa of Imam Ibn Taymiyyah that they are, Nusayris, أكفر من اليهود والنصارى, more kuffar than the Jews and the Christians and the idol worshippers. You know what they did? The regime of Hafiz al-Assad, they issued a warrant for the arrest of Ibn Taymiyyah. Who's this Ibn Taymiyyah? Bring him. We want to talk to him, see what's going on. Bring him. They wanted him, wanted Ibn Taymiyyah. Scum. They've always been scum. You see, the Alawis, the original name is Nusayris. They started calling themselves Alawis to make the ignorant Muslims, as Ibn Taymiyyah mentioned, think that they are Shia. They support the Prophet's family, Shia, for Ahlul Bayt. They worship Ali ibn Abi Talib. They don't believe in the religion. They say the religion is inside, praying, fasting, not drinking khamr, pilgrimage. You know, these are outside things. The inside tells them what the religion is. So they didn't pray, they drank, and they didn't do Hajj. And they raised pigs in the masajid. These are the Alawis, the kuffar. And they have aspects of their religion that are so filthy. I'm debating if I should mention. Very filthy. Think about whatever. But they were worse. Anyway, they were also stupid. First, they thought that they're staying, not going anywhere. You see the palace of Bashar al-Assad still looks very clean, neat. All the 40 cars, the Maseratis and the Lamborghinis, well, I can't even say their names. I wouldn't buy such cars even if I had money, and he didn't have money, he stole it. Tens of them. He thinks he's Lay Geno. Who's Lay Geno? Jay Leno. He should be called Lay Geno. Crazy man. All his life now is about cars. He was burned in the face because of the cars. He's still doing cars. Bashar al-Assad, maybe he thought he was Jay Leno. The palace is clean. They didn't think they're going to leave. They thought that we're staying. We've been here ruling since 1971. That's more than 50 years. They stole Syria. They killed the Muslims in Syria, 600,000. Bashar alone. And his sect. Bashar, I doubt he killed anyone with his land, with his own hand. It's the sect, the sect. You're fighting there not only the ruler, but the entire sect. They killed 600,000 Muslims, millions were expelled. Inshallah, they will go back. I hope the brothers and sisters who control Syria now know as they should. And I hope they do, and I have good faith in them that they do. Victory comes from Allah. They've seen that. No matter the brutality, how long, Allah gave them back Syria within 10 days. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Wallah, this is beautiful. Less than 1,000 people were killed. It's almost bloodless. No bloodshed. Know that the victory comes from Allah. Unite on the Quran and Sunnah. Beware of the kuffar and the dangers all around you. And beware of the ISIS and Qaeda who are just waiting for the chance to come and do the damage and attack Muslims. And the Khawarij, by the way, their history is similar to the history of the Shia, all of them, including the Alawis, the Ismailis, the Fatimis. They always fight Muslims. They don't fight the kuffar. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam described the Khawarij, يَقْتُلُونَ أَهْلَ الْإِسْلَامِ. They kill the people of Islam. This is the Khawarij. I hope inshallah the brothers stop them before they regroup. If they have to kick them out, send them to their people, the Shia, because they supported, some of them, of course, supported Bashar al-Assad. They were capturing people and then giving them to Bashar. They would attack the Muslims who are fighting Bashar during this uprising, which I did not agree with from the beginning, 2011, because Muslims had no power. Not because the ruler was a Muslim. No, he's not worth a spit. But he was a kafir. He's still a kafir. His father was a kafir. Their sect is a kafir. But they had more power than the Syrians, and they killed 600,000. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the current leadership of the revolt. I hope they call themselves Muslimun, Sunnah. No thuwar, no revolutionaries, and that they adhere by the Quran and Sunnah. Don't worry about the West. Don't worry about them. They are going to call you Qaeda, ISIS, extremists, what else? Terrorists, what else? Yeah, you know, they're going to call you that no matter what. And beware of the Jews and Iran and Hizb al-Shaytan and the communists. Wallah, we have to have some sincere dua for our brothers and sisters in Syria, the Sham area, and Egypt. Always stood for Islam and Muslims. Most of the time, Wallah alhamd, inshallah, it's gonna come back. And supported Islam and Muslims, and were the defense line against the kuffar from the Tatar, the Mongols, and the Christians of Europe. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. My name is Jalal Abualrub, Jalal Abualrub. Our website is islamlife.com, islamlife.com. And The email address islamlife@gmail.com. I'm narrating to you what happened in the early era of the revolt against Hafez al-Assad, and I received a copy of the warrant. Wanted, Ibn Taimiyyah. These freaks, they ruled for 53 years and killed the Muslims. So I wanted to share this with you. Please, when you go to the website, you'll find books there for free, some other books for sale, minimal price. Donate. We deserve Zakatul Mal, as Imam Ibn Baz rahimahullah said about those who write books to defend and explain the religion. Alhamdulillah, more than 70 books so far, all about Islam, all in English, all about defending and explaining the religion. Thousands of articles, hundreds of trips to masajid, hundreds of videos. Please help us with Zakatul Mal. If you live in America, tax year is coming. Pay everything you are allowed according to their system to pay in charity. We have a 501c. Include us, inshallah, and others. A few years ago, I was thinking that if Allah brings Syria back to the Muslims, I would go live in Halab. Inshallah, when things get better, calm and easy, visit Syria. So much history there. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muslims have been hearing awful news for a long time. Good news for a change. Inshallah, and good news will keep coming. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.